anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UBNradio.com.
Welcome to Both Sides Now, featuring the unconventional duo, Dr. Shirley and medium Kellee White. Two perspectives, one world. This is Both Sides Now.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Both Sides Now. I'm Dr. Shirley.
And I'm medium, Kellee White.
And we've got John here. Can people see you today, John?
I think they will be soon,
Bubble,
but not right
boy?
now.
Are you going to float above?
I will float a bubble soon. Yes.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
That's wonderful. So, what are we doing today? Today's something different.
Today we have a special day, yes.
Yeah,
We're taking call-ins today.
We are, because we're going to help you in case you haven't been able to follow through with your New Year's resolutions, or even if you have.
If you're stuck, if you need some help.
Yeah. So why don't we give our listeners a little bit of an overview of how we work together when we're actually working in session?
All right. So traditionally, when the two of us are in session, you'll bring me in. I don't know anything about anybody or what's going on.
Right.
And then I'll kind of assess the situation spiritually and psychically to see what's going on. And once I do that, I'll start saying things, maybe giving messages from the other side or just talking about the personality or something that's going on. And then
you take a birthday, not necessarily the year, but the month and the day.
That seems to open the door.
That?
Well, that opens a door for me. Doesn't necessarily I don't have to have that, but it does help me with the energy for some reason.
That's
just opens
almost how you kind of
it's how I tune in and I go ooh, and then it starts to come in.
Well, that would make sense because you're tuning in exactly to them,
to that frequency, to that frequency.
Right. Well, let me tell you, when I've had Kellee in the room with me, it has been amazing. I mean, she just starts downloading stuff, and even the client and myself will kind of look at each other and be like, whoa, because I haven't said anything to her. And many times, if not all the time, Kellee will say something that I didn't even know, that hasn't come up in session yet. So it's pretty incredible. And I see, I'm observing them and their body, and I see just kind of the relaxation or the expansion, because I just think the healing at times, especially when they've lost someone, when it's not just more about them, when it's about them and their life path here, it's really helpful. But when they've lost someone and there's unfinished business, I mean, that's when it's just so helpful, and it helps the healing so much that that it's a great combo.
And then it also gives you another place, maybe even a deeper place to work with them.
It does, because many times you looking at them and their place in this lifetime kind of lets me know what they've been struggling with that they might not even be aware of, so it hasn't even come up in session. I'm kind of I can only work with whatever they bring into the room.
Right.
And
I have a little more freedom with that.
Right. Well, you have a little bit more information, than I do. I'm just going by what they're saying. And then I can connect stuff, and I can, depending on what they're telling me about their relationships or how, even work or whatever, areas in their life that are working or not working, then I can start asking questions to start to explore that. Then I can bring up some answers. But you get it from the other side, so...
Well, usually how it works for me is whatever the information that's coming into me is something that they need to hear, something that needs to come up. Almost like sometimes it feels like I'm pulling a emotional, thorn out of their side.
Wow. That's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, we'll see.
So today we decided to do a call-in show just to kind of see if, if we can help someone. Besides giving you information that like we do on our weekly show, we thought maybe we can have an interaction. So who's online?
Well, I think we have Jim on the line. Let me see here. Let's go to the calls. Jim, are you on the line?
Yes, my name's Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
Hey, Jim, what's your birth date, Jim?
My birth date is July 29th.
Okay. May I ask the year? Is that a possibility this time?
Sure, 1964.
Okay. So that's very interesting. So you come in with a lot of creativity and almost a dreaminess. There can be a dreaminess about how you view your life and your future, and what you see and what you'd like to do in this life. You like the finer things of life. That's very important to you. And you come in also, it's not been an easy life. It couldn't be. You're an 11. That can't be easy.
Hey, well, this is, do I have to take my headset off because obviously this is all echoing.
Yeah, listen through your phone.
Crazy.
Listen through your
Okay.
phone exactly instead of your computer or what have you.
Well, can I ask you, why are you calling today?
Yeah, give him a second because he's switching back
I'm
to
sorry.
the phone.
Okay.
Right, because I'm way behind.
Oh,
Yeah, because he's on a delay. So what
Oh.
happens is if you're calling in, folks, please listen through your telephone versus your computer because otherwise there's a delay and it will be hard to kind of keep up with everything.
actually, before I even, can you hear me okay?
Let's see here.
Oh, sorry.
So he's hearing about, yeah. Jim, are you listening through the telephone?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you hear us fine now?
Well, I would love some relation advice, if possible.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just start with something else that was coming through for me. It looks like your mother's grandmother helps you on the other side. It looks like she's. I'm not sure if you must have been
Yes.
close with her because that's somebody that just brings a lot of value to you and love to you. Does that make sense?
Yes, unfortunately. So I should be. But yeah, it's fine. That's very interesting about my mother's grandmother because I've been studying a lot about my ancestry lately.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're going to learn a lot of interesting things because she was very intuitive, and you also have a tremendous amount of intuition. You just have to pay attention to it. It's going to be really important this year coming up because it's a 9-year for everybody, so there will be some completions in this year for you. Anywhere between now and the end of the year, you're going to have some endings of things. So, with the question about relationships, may I ask the person's birth date that you're involved with?
I think he's on a delay still for some reason.
Oh, is that a delay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Jim, can you hear us?
So, folks, when you call in, please listen through your telephone, not the actual radio show or computer, because otherwise it'll be a way big delay.
And they have a number to call.
And they do
right?
have the numbers 323-284-7826. Again, 323-284-7826. And this is our first time doing this, so
Yes, sure. It's June 62672.
62672. Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Let's see here. Well, I would say he's probably very grounded, or he or she is very grounded. It's very grounded, I would say that. And almost, well, I don't know, there's got a lot of good qualities there. Are you thinking about making a change? I don't know if you can hear me.
Well, it seems like it's very delayed.
it is.
Can
Yeah.
we ask him to either call back or?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So, Jim, if you're listening, please listen through your telephone, not the computer, because otherwise it's on a major delay. So turn off the computer, listen just through the telephone.
Or I could just start talking.
And anybody
I
else
see.
in the future. Okay.
Okay, maybe that's a better plan. Okay,
Uh,
I'll stop watching.
Yeah, don't
very
watch.
good.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear us now?
I'm glad
Yes,
you're listening
no, of
through
course.
the radio. But
Well, it's just weird when I watch it on the computer that it's like
yeah, there's a delay.
it's a delay. Okay, so you think my boyfriend is grounded?
I would
Okay. That's
say
good
that
news.
yeah, I would say that actually he comes in grounded, and he's still he may still be a bit young in that arena, but as he gets older, he gets a lot more wise. He gets wiser as he gets older. How long have you guys been together?
Gosh. 20 years.
Oh my
And-
gosh!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow!
Right. I know. Well, that's great, right? But he was only like 20 when well, I was 39 and he was like 22, so he was just a child, and he still is, and we all are. But yeah, it's been difficult, and so really what I was looking for was just some advice on how to get our relationship back on track and make sure that we can spend the rest of our lives together.
What do you find is off track, or what would you say is one of the main issues that has you, wondering about the relationship?
Well, just probably, I don't know what a normal relationship is supposed to be like. I read about, my parents both got divorced and remarried several times. Everyone I know never had a successful relationship. So I don't know what the model is, right?
Well, what's your definition of a successful relationship? What would that look like to you?
Well, I'd like to stay together for the rest of our life. I love him, and he loves me, but we don't spend much time together, and maybe that's okay, but I don't know.
Well, it's only okay if it's okay with you. It sounds like you'd like to spend more time with him. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a dreamy nature.
For sure.
Yeah, that's that dreamy nature. Let me ask you this. Does your partner, drugs or alcohol, are they involved?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that birth placement comes in with a bit of a shade area, except that once they get past that, they can actually move on. I love the fact that you want to remain with him. I love that. Has he been able to get help? Can you get him help?
No, probably not.
Well,
as a 9-year, then you'd be making some decisions for you.
Right. That.
it's very difficult when you have a partner who's involved in drugs or alcohol, and you're not, because you're really kind of in different places.
Yeah.
He can't be present in the relationship because of the drugs and or alcohol. I'm not sure what he's using, but and so that will cause a kind of break in the communication and even in the connection between you and him.
Right. I think that's really what I need to resolve with him.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if he's not willing, then, that's something that you really need to look at and ask yourself, is this someone that I want to stay with if he's not willing to get help? Because there's a fine line between wanting to help someone and support someone and enabling someone. If they're saying they don't want to get help, then you may be crossing, to the side of enabling, and I don't think that that's what you want either.
And really, Jim, for you, you see things so you're very loving. You're very loving, and I can see that you'd want to make this work no matter what. But this is going to be a year for you where you really have to look inside of yourself, and if he won't get help, you will probably be making some sort of a change, because you have that ability. You have so much love to give, and you're so loving, and you see the good in everybody. I bet it took you a long time to even come to the idea that you're at a crossroads right now, that you are at a crossroads.
Well, to ask the question, and so at what point do you say, like, look, I've spent really the majority of my adult life with somebody, and it's kind of like the same question you would ask the family and close friends. When do you give up on somebody? You don't. You never do with family, but eventually you have to, maybe.
Well,
so that's the hardest question to ask. And
but
that's what I don't know, right?
But is it really giving up? I mean, when do you give up on someone? If he's given up on himself, then it's very hard for you to be there for him.
Then, right, that's the enabling part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can tell him that you're there for him, to be supportive and to help him in his journey if he wants to stop using. And if he doesn't, that is his choice. But based on his choice, you get to make choices as well.
Yeah. That's a big thing to
Right.
remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're just reassuring what I've already realized too. We've been together since he was around 21 years old, right? So pretty much all his adult life. I was 29 when we met, so
Yeah.
we're kind of like brothers. I mean, we're related. We've lived together the entire time. I met him on AOL, in fact.
Wow.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a long time.
That tells you how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But it's important
So-
to ask yourself: are you staying this just because of the years you've been together? It has to be.
Well,
it has to bring
a lot of married couples do stay together just
Yeah.
because
They do.
that's safer than doing what you want to do.
Well, yeah.
Right?
doesn't make it right, and it's not so much just doing what
Right.
you want to do, because that can almost come. We can actually view that as being selfish. It's actually taking care of yourself, and having that connection that we all that we're really innately programmed to, and giving love and receiving love. And it seems like he's in a place where he's kind of, I don't want to say stuck there, but he's there now, and he's not choosing to move away from that.
Yeah.
No, and I think we both are. I mean, the other morning, I mean, we were laying in bed, and he reached over and grabbed my hand and held it, and that was like the most intimate thing we've done in about 2 months. So there's clearly a connection
Yeah.
that we want to have, right? That he wants to have and that I want to have together.
Yeah.
So there's no question that we want to make it work and that we love each other. It's just how to get past this kind of like 20-year, boredom thing, and rekindle something. That's really what I think we need to.
Jim, is he willing to rekindle? Is he willing to do that?
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
more than I am actually.
But he's still drinking.
No, he's the substance question is let's leave that off the table for now.
Okay.
Okay. It's just really a question of just what happens when a couple has been together for 20 years and just reaches that boredom stage, What do people do? What's the best thing for us to do to kind of like, okay, we're not married. Maybe we should get married now that we're allowed to. I don't know what, or not. Getting married might be the worst idea ever. But how do people rekindle their passion? Let's say.
Well, often a couple that is in a situation like this will go into therapy. Have you considered that?
I've offered that, and he said no. He didn't want to do that.
Okay.
Well,
I'd be
so,
curious as to why he doesn't want to do that, but I'm sorry, I must have misunderstood. I thought we were talking about something else. But to rekindle, I mean, I would maybe do an exercise where you're writing down things that are important for you in the relationship, and he gets to do the same thing, and you can share that. There's also something that came out on the internet, maybe you can find it, John, where it was, it was a set of like 25 questions, and they were actually suggesting that you use it for first dates because it builds a connection, with someone. You get to know them so much deeper. And maybe, I'm sure John, who's magic on the computer, will find it. Maybe you guys can have a date night and ask each other those questions and do something different that will stimulate something different in the relationship. Also, be curious about... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's a great idea. I mean, just something to spur a conversation, because
Right.
that's something we don't even do. We don't even talk
Well,
together anymore.
That's just...
We get together, we eat dinner, we watch a TV show, and then we go off on our own ways. And
Yeah.
So maybe that, yeah.
It seems like you're missing a connection, and it seems like that gesture of him holding your
Yep.
hand, is a clear message that he wants that connection too. So it's about really kind of purposefully and consciously looking for things that can help the two of you feel connected. And it could be something very different for the two of you than for any other couple. So it doesn't matter what other people feel connected with. It matters what the two of you feel connected with. Maybe go back to the beginning of the relationship. And what did you guys do to feel that connection? Or sometimes, a couple, almost all couples have their favorite song or their song. That immediately can put you back in that connected feeling. So it seems like you need to find something where the two of you can feel that bond, that connection again.
Okay, I appreciate that. That really makes sense.
Yeah.
And John, send me those links.
You got it.
Did you find them?
Yeah, actually, Jim, if you just Google online and you put 25 questions for first dates, you'll get even more than 25. You'll get 62, 40, 65. I mean, it goes
There's one that came
several.
out. I think
Excellent,
it was I
excellent.
think it was in a. It was in maybe the New York. I can't remember. We'll find it and then we'll put it up on our site just for other people who are listening.
Was
who
it
may
the
be
New York Times, the
interested.
36 questions that lead to love?
Perfect.
Yes. That
Okay,
one.
I found it.
I knew John would find it.
36 questions that
Very
lead
good.
to love, the New York Times, Jim. Just Google that.
And we'll put the
36
link. Can we put?
questions that lead to love. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we put the
Yeah.
link on the?
And I'll put the link on our Facebook as well.
Put the link on our Facebook so you can look there. But I hope that helped a little.
All right.
Yeah, and I just would like to say too, Jim, that this is a relationship that can be worked on. It's not it doesn't have to end.
Well, thank you, because, I have a lot of friends who are in long-term relationships, but they stay together because kids, and when the kids grow, then they rethink it. We don't have that situation. We have kitties, but we have other things that keep us together.
Yeah.
But not kids. We want to stay together forever. I
Yeah.
can tell that. I know both of us feel that way, and it's a matter of just. I feel we need to rekindle. I
And
keep using
also
that
just
term,
remember,
but,
often couples will go through this, and so then you put some more energy into it, but you both put the energy into it, and then just keep going. We can just view this as you're just at a place right now, but that place will move.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
It could be that what you were talking about, Kelly, that this is a 9-year. It could be the ending of the boredom and loss
Yeah.
of connection between the two of you, as you look
You
for,
bet.
actively look for different things to feel that bond. Relationships are all about that original attachment and the bond and the connection. So it could be that this year, signifies for you and your partner an ending of that kind of disconnected feeling.
Yeah.
And you guys can bond again and then live another, 20, 30 years happily together.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm hoping, that 2016 will be a better year.
Yeah.
Because it's been a bad 2 years, actually. I don't know why, but the last 2 years have been rough. Probably because I turned 50 and I got all depressed and upset and mad. But I think 2016 will be a great year.
And hey, by the way, I got news for you. The 50s are great.
Yeah, I'm about to hit
Yeah.
them in 2
She's
months.
gonna hit it.
So yeah, 50s are going to be good.
They're great.
It's all in the mindset, Jim.
Totally.
So is that right? Just turn 50 and then forget about it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Go through. I think we need to give respect to the anger and the sadness and the grieving of the.
I didn't have that.
Really.
I never had that.
But I think if
I
that
know.
shows up, which I'm thinking it's going to show up for me, you
Oh,
give it time
great.
and you give it the respect that it deserves, and then you move on.
Then you move on. All right.
All right, we wish you the best, Jim.
Thanks for
care.
calling,
Okay,
Jim.
Thanks for
so much.
calling.
Okay,
Thank you for
thank
calling.
you. That was great advice. Okay, thank you.
All righty, bye bye.
I'll let you know.
Okay,
Bye.
wonderful. Yeah, please call us back.
Okay.
All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, so our next caller will be calling in. He's been trying to call while Jim was on the line, so we'll get him in just a second. So
Okay.
go ahead and
All right.
maybe give some feedback as to.
So that's I think it may be more helpful. I think if the listeners come up with a specific question.
Okay.
Because I kind of got a little confused, and I thought we were more talking about the issues with his partner, having some issues with drugs or alcohol, and that he wasn't happy with that. and it really was, how can I kind of spruce up the relationship? That didn't seem to be that much of an issue. So I think, right? So I think,
it also seemed like maybe that the drugs and alcohol were causing maybe a bit of the problem, because a lot of times with drugs and alcohol you escape.
That's what I was
so
picking
you
up.
don't really work on the relationship issues. So maybe that could be it. I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
the thing is, drugs and alcohol are a symptom of something underneath.
Yeah.
So it could be that behavior increased because of the loss of connection.
Yeah.
So maybe as they start to feel more connected and
Maybe,
bonded,
yeah.
his partner will use drugs less and less.
Yeah.
So I always see drugs. I don't focus on the drugs and the alcohol necessarily. I try to be curious about what's underneath. And once you work through that piece, all of a sudden, the stuff we use to not have to deal with that deeper piece
So it's,
just starts to dissipate on its own.
because sometimes they use the alcohol and the drugs to self-medicate, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
You're pushing something down.
Got it.
You're
Okay.
pushing down what you don't want to feel.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have Alex on the line. Alex, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, Alex.
Hi,
Thank you
Alex.
for calling.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Alex, may I ask you, what is your birth date?
August 25th, 1975.
Was it 25th or 26th?
25th.
25.
25th. So do you
Okay.
have, before we jump in, do you have a specific question that that you wanted to ask or struggling with?
Yeah, I wanted to ask if the family issues revolving my family are ever going to resolve themselves. It's a basic plain question.
Family issues that would be resolved this year?
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting year for you. First of all, it's an ending year, and I've been talking about that. So all these issues are going to come up for everybody, the listeners out there, everybody, things that we need to end are going to end this year. So if you've been having problems, and I'm getting a sister around you, is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there the situation? Is it with her?
Yes, but it's with the whole family as a whole.
But I'm not sure if she came in as the quote, I hate to use this term, but the dysfunctional one or something like that.
Or the identified patient?
The identified patient, yeah. Oops. I forgot about that term. Yes, the identified patient. I can say that in this year there will be perhaps some drama that comes up. Does that resonate with you? And I hate to use that term, even drama, but there would be probably some drama that comes up. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, what happens is, just remember this: all the drama, anything that you can do. I'm being told to tell you that if you can provide, don't provide any fire for the drama. Okay, don't light it up. Does that make sense? It's stay back and watch it, observe it. That you don't have to get involved in it. I mean, I think that they're going to try to pull you into it, but that you can actually
So maybe
break
it's a
away.
Lesson. Maybe it's a lesson to set boundaries.
For sure. And that's something, by the way, that you would have had to come into this lifetime with to learn to set boundaries. Thank you. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, well, basically it's a lot of things have been dropped on me, which it shouldn't have been dropped on me, but
So how easy or difficult is it for you to set boundaries?
Well, pretty much is I think that I have to basically cut off ties for some time or whatever it is.
Well, that would be setting a boundary, but are setting boundaries easy for you, or are they a little bit difficult for you?
They're easy, but it's kind of I have this idea that people need to realize about what serious mistakes they make.
With regards to your family?
Yeah, absolutely.
That there's some space to that? Was that I missed that.
What was it that you said that you would like some people, you need some family members to understand?
Yeah, the huge mistakes that they make, the certain decisions that should be confronted, at least as a family, and not leaving others with other responsibilities of which are not theirs.
Oh.
So your family members are kind of dumping other people in the family.
Baggage for a lot of things which they shouldn't be.
Well, it's an interesting.
Coming about.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, it's becoming about to realize that when just there's certain things that should never be just left. Whether it be good memories of things that represent not valuables, but at least stuff that should be kept.
and that people should care for, So, like, that's like, the only thing about like what happened around this year, and a lot of responsibilities were put on me, like to say certain things, like, and I went ahead and did that.
So you were made to say certain things to family members that weren't really taking care of valuables that belong to the family?
Yes. That were in storage for many years. So.
Oh. And I just want to make sure I understand, are you saying that it wasn't really your place to say this to these family members?
Well, no, I mean, like the cost of, or the monetary responsibility that they placed on me for like about a year before things were like actually coming, but like good. And that's part of like which has caused like, that whole turmoil of drama, like, and it's been thousands and thousands of money and like represented it in there. But like, if that, like, so the will subside at some point, like, where they understand about like that things, shouldn't happen that way.
So you're talking about legal issues?
No, not legal, but like as things as like, financial responsibilities that are financial responsibilities on everyone altogether shouldn't be placed on one single person. When everyone's not confronted to be responsible for their own personal responsibilities that they have as a family.
I see. So have you been able to set that boundary and say this is not my financial responsibility, and so I'm not going to take care of it?
I took care of it, but like, it's one of those things that where like they need to understand about the mistake that they did by not like, being a part of saving things that belong, specifically, to our father, like and grandparents and so on.
Mm-hmm. So you took care of it because you didn't want to lose it.
Yes.
So I'm curious as to, is there an option for you to then take over of those, take possession of those artifacts?
I have.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Have.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I have.
Well, you do come in as the responsible one in this family. You are the one. And in this year you get a lot of balance for that. There will be balance that will come in for you, but it will be probably by you, saying no a lot.
Yeah, I believe so.
Is it hard for you to say no?
No, in which sense? Is like when
like if
someone asks you for
no, with the family.
If they ask you to do something and you don't want to do it, or you don't see it as your responsibility to do it, is it easy?
I make it like, be known that it's like, what my thoughts are and so on. But
do you do it anyways?
I do, but like when it has to come to like, with like the issue that I was confronted with, like, a few months ago, of where like, either the payment was made or like, stuff like on the full property would have been lost and so on. And it's the single, like, misrepresentation of like individuals, thinking that it's okay, to let go of certain things. But when it comes to aspects of family, things that go for like, over 100 years, I don't think it's appropriate, just to say, that you can just let go of stuff, and say like, okay, like a clean sheet and start all new, or whatever situation that they consider, but like, I think it's better, to keep certain things always like within the family, but I took over it, so now it's my responsibility,
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's hard, when people don't realize that, it's coming to not knowing like where you specifically are questioning like where you come from. Like, people have like, places where they come from, and certain things, just should never be given away.
Oh, well, you're deep. You love deeply, and I understand if you'd want to hold on to those things. But this year there will be probably some changes in your family, and changes within you that will come up. And the changes will probably be you feeling less responsible for everything and taking charge of everything. Probably less of that this year.
That'd be a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It would. I bet you. Do you have trouble sleeping at night?
Sometimes, because of my medication that I take. Like it's like I do take, medical cannabis like in order to like, physically make me sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, like, my medication, that I've been taking now for 10 years is like it's something that has me. Sometimes like it's hard to sleep at night, but yes.
I bet. So maybe go back to your doctor to make sure that you're doing everything you can to help yourself sleep. I'm getting that sleep is going to be important. It's important for all of us. 8 hours is really important for us. And if you're, because I see that your mind is just like almost fixed on this situation. But if you can get some sleep, you'll feel better about everything as well, too. But I think that you probably need to go see, have a physical or something with a doctor that will help you achieve sleeping so your mind will be in balance.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I hope that helped a little bit. I'm not sure.
Absolutely. Like clears a little thought. It's on. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
He was calling from New York, so.
Oh,
okay.
sweet.
And
Hello, New York.
Yeah, and the first caller,
Yay.
Jim, was calling from California, Northern California.
Way, yay.
So we'll have some more calls here shortly. So if you want
Okay,
to just
great.
sort of maybe give a review of that call.
Well, what I was picking up was that there was a lot going on with him, with the family, particularly with the sister I got. But some people, and it's interesting, as you know, they are the ones that drive the family. Everybody goes to that person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm that person.
Right.
I am that
You are
person.
that person.
I get it.
You are that person.
Alex, I am you.
Yeah, that is so funny. And it seems like it's just occurring to me now. So, Alex, if you're hearing, that he wants to be heard by his family. He wants to let them know that it's not okay what they're doing. Part of it is being able to also not do everything. Yeah, and be the person, the hero that, in this case where he was talking about that they were going to lose out on some family heirlooms, then certainly, but good for him to have then taken possession of them. Okay, if I'm going to pay for them, then they're in, so we don't have to run the risk of losing them again because I know I'm going to pay the storage unit or whatever the situation was. But in situations where he's not going to, there's nothing to lose like in the sense of family heirlooms or something, it's important for him to not just state how he feels, but actually set very clear boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to get in the middle of that, or something
You
like
bet.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you bet.
With family will always be there to give us the opportunity to learn how to set boundaries.
Yeah, that's
Aren't they
right.
special that way?
They are special that way. Well, don't forget, folks, we choose our family. We choose our situations.
Yeah.
We've had many shows about that, and
have.
especially surviving the holidays and so forth. So I think that people
And
should go back.
surviving this year is a 9
Yeah.
year. It will bring a lot of change, endings and change to people.
Yeah, Tony will be coming in shortly.
So yeah, it's and I see them as opportunities. I mean, I really don't want to.
Well, we're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of them.
Sunshine, but I do.
I'm Susie Sunshine.
You are. You're
I
very Susie
completely Susie
But
Sunshine.
it's true. It's I see them now as opportunities.
Yeah.
I have to set a boundary. Ugh. Okay, no, it's an opportunity to set a boundary.
Yes, changes the energy when you say that, by the way.
Does it?
Of course.
I think it
If
does
you just
too.
went
It's
like this,
perspective.
oh, I have to, or, oh, I get to, kind of like that.
You know what? That is so true.
Yeah.
It does. It changes the energy. I have, I have to work on my patience. So when I'm in line, I start to get really, and then I really do tell myself purposefully, okay, this is an opportunity to practice patience. And it does shift. It does shift the energy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have another call.
Yay.
And the caller on the line right now is Christine. Christine, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Christine.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Christine.
Good.
May
Happy that you called in, Christine.
Yay. What is your birth date?
November 4th.
November 4th. May I ask the year?
1964.
Well, you did not pick an easy birth placement, did you? Oh, you poor thing. There's
I came in right after assassinations and
oh God, yeah, you know what? You did. You're right. You did.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
not an easy one. One of the more difficult life paths, actually.
Before Kellee goes on, do you have a specific question, or would you like Kellee to just kind of go with what she's...
I would like to have her just pick up on what she's picking up on.
Okay.
And assist me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I'm happy to. It looks to me like you've had some loss behind you, because I could see some loss behind you, and that you're trying to get through it. And I'm looking at some anger issues behind you. Does that make sense at all, what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure I'm on the same page here. Okay, so, and I'm getting a father figure behind you. Did your father pass?
Yes.
Okay. So, and was there some rage, alcoholism, or any of that behind with him? Because it's
all of the above.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure we're on the same page here, because I think that now I have to say what Shirley and I were just talking about. We choose our parents. You know, why in the world would I choose myself to be put in that situation?
No, I know.
You know that. You know. Yeah, and you're also you're very wise. You're very wise. You know a lot. I need to say that you will also have some endings this year too. Are you considering changing careers or ending your job, what you do, and starting something? Yeah, you'll do that. You will do that. You'll come in, and I'm looking at March for some reason of this year. March of this year kind of ends a lot of stuff more, but then I guess you have some better ideas of how you want to proceed. But then it looks to me like you start something. Like you end and then begin. Do you already have the ideas of what you want to make in this lifetime?
I'm already starting.
Good.
She just started a show with us.
Oh, you started a show with us?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I had no idea about you.
Welcome
Yeah, I
to
don't
the
tell them any
family.
information ahead of
I'm
time.
so glad. Oh, Christine, what is your show?
It's called Out of the Box Radio with Christine.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
she's amazing.
That's so. Are you an intuitive as well?
No, I'm just I'm a longtime radio producer, on-air host, and I just wanted to be able to bring really wonderful people to the listeners, and I just happen to know a lot of amazing intuitives and healers and artists, and so I just I've been wanting to do my own show for a long time, and I'm just very excited about Vivian and everybody, the whole family there. You guys are great.
Oh, that's so
Good
great.
for
It's going to be
you.
so much fun. We'll have to have her on our show.
Yes.
That's fun. I'm so glad. Well, welcome to the show in more ways than
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
But you'll do well with that. You'll do well in a lot of areas this year. They're showing me that you'll end a lot and then you will begin to thrive. Thrive is a word you need to write down for you. Thrive.
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, because thriving is it's a positive. But are you a runner? They're showing me. Are you a workout girl?
I don't work out. They're probably showing you that I should.
Okay,
They're
well,
probably,
yeah,
they're probably saying that you should.
Because you're going to be using.
using.
You're going to use a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy that will go on this year for you.
There's a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy coming in and a lot of energy going out, expanded. So I don't know why they're showing me running, but I don't know if you get on a treadmill or something like that. But you will be
more
active.
Could it be more of a metaphor than...
I don't know. It actually looks like running or
Really?
like physical activity.
I have 5 planets in Scorpio, so there's a lot of intensity. So I probably should be.
So then probably use some of that off. Yeah. Is there anything that we can help you with right now?
I think what I would like to know is I would like to just have some little bit of help coming back to myself within myself. If there's any key words, anything that pops out. I know that the work thing will help me stay focused and explore my creativity that way, and I can get involved with that. But you need mantras. You need mantras. Yeah.
Keep your mantras. I'm thriving. I'm successful. I'm happy. I have joy. The most positive things, whether you believe it or not. Keep doing it. Stay up, 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 up. Because you have the ability to pull in energy so quickly. And then it's sometimes the energy gets stuck in your body. So make sure that you're doing either an activity or, a cleansing bath, or even yelling. They're showing me, are you a yeller? Do you yell?
No, I don't.
Okay, then maybe you need to yell. Then you need to yell and get some energy that gets stuck out. Just start doing that. Start releasing. And they're also showing me to have no fear. Zero fear. Fear's not your friend. No fear, okay?
Yes, that comes up every now and then.
Yeah,
That
I bet. And, again, like I said to the last caller, you've got an active mind. Sleep. Sleep is your friend.
That's been elusive. The sleep mistress has been so elusive the last. I can't even tell you the last time I slept. Like
What would be
a
probably
solid
good
night.
for you would be a homeopathic remedy. And I can tell
Like a
you,
melatonin?
we can give him some. We're going to have a fellow on our show that does homeopathic remedies. That would probably be
Great.
good for you.
I
It would
will
probably
listen.
open up your energy a lot.
And Kelly, what do you
Great.
think about
And any-
Christine and her guides? What's going on with her guides?
Oh, you've got 2 wonderful guides, and these guides are helping you. They're transporting you to the future. So whatever you're doing, it's interesting. They're future eye. It looks like you're doing the future. There's something in the future for you. Your guides have helped bring you into where you are currently, but they're going to keep going and keep going because you put on in this lifetime a lot of things you wanted to do. So there's a lot of future events. Oh, you're going to be doing a lot of events too. Events. Just remember I
Nice.
said that. Remember, events.
I gotcha. Good.
Okay.
And what about the heart? Anything with love?
Give me this year, probably a lot of love. Well, a lot of love will always come in for you. You're the one that has to open up your heart. You're the one that has to open it. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can't want love and then not open your heart. You kind of have to
Gotcha.
you have to keep that wide open.
Why?
Wide open. Kick that open while you're running. Open up that heart. So, yeah, you have love in this lifetime. You have, okay? You just have to want it. You just have to want it.
Oh, I do. I
Sounds
do
like
want
she
it.
does want it. It sounds like it's a little difficult to open up. And I'm wondering if, because we mentioned briefly when you mentioned that your father had some anger issues, there may be something for you to explore with anger. You may not be fully comfortable with the emotion of anger, and that might be something that I would suggest that you become curious about. There's actually a wonderful book that I'm reading called Mindful Anger. And it is, I have it actually here, Andrea Brandt, Brandt. And in the book, she talks about anger as, as we've always said, that it's a natural emotion. It actually represents life force. But when we've had a parent whose reaction to the emotion of anger was scary, then we kind of associate the two, and anger becomes a very scary emotion.
Right, or if we were repulsed by it, then we avoid it.
Right, exactly. So I might suggest that you just explore that with curiosity. Explore your relationship
I like that.
to anger and how you feel about anger, what you do when you get angry, how do you know when you're angry. And this book gives a lot of really neat exercises to help you do that.
Wonderful. I wrote down the name, Andrea Brandt,
Yes.
right? Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, you're very
Thank you
welcome.
both.
And welcome to the UBN family.
Yay. Can't wait to meet you.
Yay.
All righty.
Thanks for
pleasure.
calling, Christine.
Thanks for
Thanks,
calling.
Christine.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's wonderful.
Yay.
We have another call.
Oh, my God.
Are we going to...
Going a little bit over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that answered that question.
Yes, 747.
I don't
You're
even
on
have
the
to ask
air.
questions anymore. They're reading the
Yes,
room.
hello?
Yay. All righty.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi there.
Hi there. What is your name?
My first name is Marc-Andre.
McCondre. Okay,
Wow.
well, thank you for
That's
calling.
a name. That's a What does that name mean?
Marc-Andre? Well, it's a French name.
Marc-Andre.
Mark. Okay, got it. I'm sorry. May I ask you what is your birth date?
My birthday is the 30th of March, 1989.
March 30, 1989. How old are you then? How old does that make you?
I'm 26.
26. Well, interesting enough, you do come in very, very intuitive. You're probably not even aware of how psychic you are. I would say you for sure have to listen to your intuition, and don't poo-poo it. You have to pay attention to your intuition because you will always be right as long as you're paying attention to it. Does that make
Okay.
sense to you?
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm very I'm very like open-minded in the world.
Good. Stay open-minded. And it doesn't mean that you've got to use also, you have a good left brain balance with that, actually. You can actually say, no, I don't believe that. And that's very good. Always make sure you use your intuition, though, going forward. This will be an ending year for you as well. So expect some endings again, as we've been talking about, and some new beginnings. And also in yours, are you charitable? I'm hearing the word charitable in my head. Are you charitable?
Like, what does that mean?
Does
exactly?
that mean do you do something for others?
Yeah. Well, sometimes like I'll do things for people. Like, let's say if they're sick, I'll get some things at the store, and I'll try to make them feel better. Or
Yeah, you come in with doing that. You also have healing energy about you as well. You're kind, and I'm getting that there's a mother devoted to mother. Is that correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, she's always in your camp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody that loves you. I mean, really, it's a wonderful connection there. Is there anything that Shirley and I specifically can help you with today?
Let's say, for example, how would my my future be?
How would your future be? Let me put on my future hat.
That's your department.
That
Kel.
is my department. I would say as long as you're doing something where you are helping others in this as a career, doing something where you're helping others. And also, they're showing me writing, W-R-I-T. Are you doing a journal or are you a writer?
No, I do online marketing.
Oh, okay. Marketing. Okay. Well, I was kind of close, but okay. So continue doing that and also expand. They're saying don't be afraid to expand. Expansion is an awareness. You're going to be doing things with awareness. And not just in your life, but showing others awareness, to have an awareness of and a consciousness. You have the ability to see things with a consciousness. You actually pay attention. I don't think you miss much.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it is true. Yeah. Like, I'm very like open-minded, and I listen to people and I look around, see what's going on.
Continue to expand on your business, on your online marketing. Continue to expand on that. And you'll probably, do you have a partner? You may be adding somebody else in to what you do.
Well, I do work with somebody, like, I do business with this person, and also I do, like, a business selling for a company too.
Okay. Well, you're still young, so don't worry. Your life is going to continue in a big way. So just as much energy as you put out into it will come back to you.
Okay. And what about also for my health, let's say, for example?
Well, you come in with a health life path as long as you're always taking care of yourself. No drugs, no alcohol. Or I can't say none, but keep your no drugs, not in excess. Yeah. Keep yourself very clean, because you come in with good health karma. So just make sure you take care of that. Don't take advantage of it.
Okay. And do you see like any good future for me, like later on, or do you see anything good things, or?
Yes, I do see good things for you. We all have put good things on our life path. Thank God. Yes, you just have to be open to it and aware, and you are open to it. And they're saying that even the little things are important, but yes, and you will have a lot of love in this lifetime. You didn't come in to be alone.
And there's a lot of charities that need assistance with online marketing. So if you could help out a charity with your online marketing skill, that would be a really a good way of giving back.
Yeah, because you're going to do something in a charitable way. I see that. And that actually opens up doors for you.
Okay. And do you have time to also like read my mother, or just for a second?
Do we have time?
Do we have time, John?
Oh, yeah, I guess. May I ask your mother's birth date?
Her birthday is, wait, I'll pass you her. Just wait a second.
That's very cute.
14th of February, Valentine's Day.
February 14th.
Oh my gosh. A Valentine's Day baby. Wow, you came in with a lot of energy.
Yeah.
You're very fortunate, actually. You have you come in with a lot of zeal and love and life. In fact, I bet you have to you take care of your son in the sense that you want him to have fun. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, you would. I mean, it's a really lovely mother-son connection, actually. But you're the fun one. There are moms that are fun. You happen to be a fun one.
Yes.
Are you looking for more love in your life right now?
Who isn't?
Yeah. Well, this is a year where I wouldn't be surprised if you meet somebody soon. Or you end a relationship. Are you dating somebody right now?
No.
Okay. Then you would be willing to start a new relationship because you're very easy to start. If you wanted to, you could do it very quickly.
Yeah. Yes.
You actually can. You've got that, I don't know, how even should you call it, but that's some kind of energy that just goes out in the world. It's like a fast energy. So if you wanted to attract somebody, all you'd have to do is put the energy towards it. If you would like to, after your birthday, you'll meet people. You'll meet somebody after your birthday.
After my birthday?
After your birthday, yeah.
And what about for money-wise? Is it good? My favor this year?
Let's see. For this year, what was your year of birth?
1962.
62. We're getting a lot of 60s, huh? So that makes you, remind me of how old that makes you. I'm so bad with math.
53.
Okay. So, let's see. 9, 10. Yeah, there'll be a lot of balance for you. I suspect that a good money year is coming up for you between your birth date, between this birth date and the next one. So it's like this year you kind of end some things, and then like everybody, and then there's the new money year comes up after February. After February of this year, it should get better for you.
Okay.
Okay.
And work-wise, career-wise?
What do you do, may I ask? Because you've done more than one thing. What do you do now?
I'm a secretary.
All right. Do you want to continue to do that, or would you rather do something else?
I'm gonna continue. That's my trade. But as for the same company or not?
Well, again, there's some endings this year, so it's going to be up to you if you want to make a change on that. If you wanted to, you could. If you wanted to end it and then start another, as doing something else, you could. You may do more than one, have more than one job too. Doing a second thing on the side as well.
A second thing on the side, okay.
It wouldn't be surprising because you have a lot of energy to do that.
Okay, I do, yes. So that's that, and...
they're in California.
They're in California?
We are in California. Come and see us anytime.
Yes.
We're calling from Montreal.
We're calling from Montreal.
Montreal.
Oh my God,
French Canadian. I
sweet.
thought so.
How
yes.
sweet.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for calling
Thank
from Canada.
you for calling.
So
we really
sweet.
appreciate it.
We saw on Periscope.
We
Yay.
saw who?
We
saw
saw
you
some
guys. I was
Periscope.
looking on that
Yay.
Periscope.
That's so cute.
All right.
Well, listen, nice
Wonderful.
to meet you. Thank you for calling.
Have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate
Oh,
you taking
our
your
pleasure.
time. Huh?
Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye now. Bye.
Bye.
That's great. Now, that call seemed to be dealing with a lot of adapting to change and bringing in new opportunities and how do you proceed forward with new opportunities and not stay stuck in the comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I guess Shirley could give some, advice on how to move forward instead of being stuck, like taking a chance.
Well, part of it is kind of really keeping the connection with your body and noticing when that fear comes up. Because we get stuck because the unknown is scary. And coming out of that kind of comfort zone can be a little scary.
Yeah.
So as long as we stay in touch and we notice that, we can give it time for it to pass, and then we can continue to move forward.
Got it.
So that's an
So
important
pay
thing.
attention.
Pay attention, yeah. Stay connected with your body, pay attention. Notice when the fear comes up because we're kind of on automatic. Fear comes up, we shut it down and we stay. But if we're connected and we're mindful and we notice, we can give it the time, we can give it the space, we can let it dissipate, and then we can continue to move forward.
So using your body as a barometer.
I love it.
I
All right.
love that, John.
All right. Well, I
Well-
think this was great for our first time doing live calls, right?
yeah.
Congratulations,
everybody.
ladies.
That
It
was
was great.
fun.
And thanks to all the
Calling.
callers.
And how can they get, if someone's interested in calling in the next time we do a call-in show, can we let them know how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, of course. They can email me at johnw@ubnradio.com, johnw@ubnradio.com. UBNradio.com. And we'd like for you guys to focus on an area that's troubling you, maybe an area that you're working on that you need some advice to resolve. Kellee can give you the spiritual side of things, and Shirley can give you the psychological of how to proceed. Kelly's also an MFT, so she can also chime in with the psychological too.
I'll chime.
So
Chime.
Shirley is also very right-brained herself, so she's very left-brained and right-brained. So we've got a balance of both sides here. So I think this is going to be great, as we move forward. But if you guys could find an area that you would like to focus on, and a particular maybe area that's troubling you, and we could give you some, psychological and spiritual advice on how to get through that.
Yeah, and I think it's fair also if somebody just wants a general reading.
Sure.
Then
That's
that
fine.
way
Okay.
we'll know, from the beginning. Right? Are you okay with that?
Oh,
Okay, just
Yeah,
want to make sure. I just
absolutely.
never want any of you to feel left out.
Oh,
So,
please. No, I just marvel on when she's channeling information. I'm just sitting here watching her, just, wondering,
Yeah.
how does that happen?
How does
You
that
know?
happen?
Yeah.
But
So
you know what
no,
I
so
was
I'm
going to
very
say? I
interested.
loved when you said, originally when I mentioned, I forget who the gal was. I think her name was Christine. When she said,
Yeah.
when I mentioned about her dad,
Yeah.
and, alcohol and anger and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, you brought that right back. And it's something that, so if she was in with us in therapy or with you, that could have been a topic.
Yeah, because, when she's saying she wants love, but it's hard for her to get in, when you have an angry father, sometimes that kind of teaches
Right.
you that people are not safe. And so it would be
Right.
hard to then trust. So that would kind of, if I was in therapy with someone who came in with that, that's what I would be exploring. So
Right.
in this kind of situation, you can't really explore it as much. And so I just threw it out there for her to explore.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Well, great.
But anyways, thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful afternoon.
And be
Thank
sure to
you.
check the archives. Go to Spreaker, go to iTunes, check out TuneIn, check out Stitcher. There's all these places that you can check out past episodes of our show to get some information about maybe family or relationships or whatever you need advice on. We've covered a lot of it
Yeah,
over
we
the
sure
last
have.
few episodes.
Yeah.
So. So we love to have you back next week, again, at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time here on UBN Radio. So take care.
Bye.
You've been listening to Both Sides Now, featuring the unconventional duo Dr. Shirley and Kellee White. Two perspectives, one world.